How's it going out there, everyone? I don't have a video this week because it's another week of being at the house waiting on repairs. I had the truck in the shop for a couple of days, and so I couldn't do anything. Didn't have anything to do. So, but I did get it back yesterday. Went and loaded up yesterday for Nebraska. Same place I went last trip, out in North Platte. And from North Platte, I'm picking up a big military truck and I'm hauling it out to Fort Pickett, Virginia. I don't really go out that way much anymore, but hey, that's where the money is, so that's where I'm gonna go. Anyway, I just came back from the shop again because they had to clear some codes and do whatever, change out some shit that cost $1 million freaking dollars. And but they didn't get my settings back the way it was, and this truck was just dragging ass. I mean, no power at all. So I guess when they clear those codes and shit, it drops your performance and all that down and resets or whatever, and then they gotta go back in and redo everything. So I've just brought it back to them. So man, I got no damn power, man. Like, what's going on? So they fixed it for me, and it's good now. So anyway, I'm heading back to the house, and I ain't got no episode this week of traveling, man. You see who's back there? I don't know if you can see him. It's old Billy Big Rigger. So why not just a little bullshit chit chat on the freaking, while I'm going down the road type deal, huh? Maybe get some information from you guys. Is everybody liking the Billy Big Rigger? I love it, man. That's like, he says the things that nobody likes to hear me say anymore. I get so many negative comments. You know what it is, man? YouTube, all social media is such a, I try to explore with YouTube mostly. Jesus, man, come on. These freaking Texans, dude. I try to explore with YouTube, whatever they're doing new, and I've been on there for quite a while now, and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. If I knew what I was doing, I might have a bigger audience. But anyway, so, I experiment with different things like doing the shorts. I notice I have a completely different audience when I post the shorts. If you don't know what the shorts are, it's basically like TikTok. And I hate TikTok. I mean, I really hate TikTok. I think it's the dumbest freaking thing on the planet. But I try to do the YouTube thing, and well, I get a completely different audience, and they're all a bunch of crybabies. They all have a different attitude. Like, they have that new age attitude of this self-righteous, no humor whatsoever. They have no ability to even recognize humor, which sucks, man. Because you ever tell somebody a joke and they don't get it, and you're just kind of like, well, it's supposed to be funny because of this, you're explaining the joke. So now it's like not even funny at all. And it's not your fault, it's their fault, because they're just not bright enough to get the joke. I mean, there are certain jobs in this world. You know, I had a job that was very important at one time back in the day, and I was doing something very special. And it is very important job. And one of the requirements to do this job, believe it or not, was to have a sense of humor. And I think that's important in most anything in life. Is there's a quote out there that I've posted on my on my social media. Something going on down here on my social media, like Facebook. That's it. I'm basically Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. But people with a sense of humor have a better sense of life. I don't know who said that, but I agree with that. Sorry about the beeping. But I agree with that wholeheartedly. And man, what am I even talking about anymore? So busy through there, my mind just got stuck on all that. Oh, talking about YouTube. Things sure have changed, man, over the years of doing this YouTube thing. I used to think, you know, like why does this channel over here have so many viewers and so much, you know, they have so much going on, and I don't have shit happening on mine. It's like, I guess my shit just sucks, but I see their channel and I'm like, God, what is it about that channel? To me, it sucks or whatever. These days, I just don't give a fuck anymore. I mean, it's like, I've been doing it so long now, and that it's like, I just can't stop. I can't quit. I can't quit making these YouTube videos because it means more to me to produce them. You know, because, to me it's recorded history. It's I think I'm showing things that matter down the road. I mean, like, yeah, in a historical sense. I mean, I kept recording during COVID and all that. Showed how it looked, how it was going during COVID. I mean, I've got a lot of shit on there that I think could be valuable to someone in the sense of American history. But look how I shift this thing, man. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But I've got a lot of viewers out there, and a lot of you have been here since the beginning. And to me, that's really awesome. Isn't that something? It's been like 13 or 14 years of doing YouTube, trucking on YouTube. And trucking on YouTube, man. And I mean, feel good about it. I feel good about those years. Even when the videos have sucked. And I'm really happy about the videos that I think are awesome. They're videos I've made that I thought were terrific. Put a lot of work into them, and they didn't get any views, hardly any views, or any reactions. And I wonder why. Like, what the hell? Or, you know. So, it's either a game I just haven't figured out. Because I just make a video and I post it up and hope people see it. Sometimes I feel like YouTube don't like me because I don't seem to have that big of a reach. Like, or it's just my videos suck, man. But those shorts, man. I mean, those seem to get out pretty far sometimes. Like I said, it's a totally different audience. Like the people who watch Traveling Man seem to be like pretty normal people, intelligent, and able to think and able to understand certain things. But the ones who watch the shorts, they seem to be kind of lacking in a lot of areas. Like I was saying earlier, no sense of humor. Don't get the humor. And they're also trollish. I mean, they're a bunch, they look for any way to get attention. So talking shit is what they'll do. They have a totally different mindset. And it's weird to see how the world changes, and that's part of it. You know, I've mentioned over the years different things that I've seen social media doing to the world. Like the way people write. They've changed words. Different words have changed meaning. Grammar is kind of, and this is like people that are intelligent even do these things now, like the use of the word of. You know, I've mentioned this before. They use that word of where it doesn't belong. Like when the word should be have, like you should have done this, or you should have done this, where you know, they use the word of instead of have, or the what is that called? Is that a conjunction where you take two words, like should have, you take the HA out of it, it's should have. And they're using should of. You know, it's just odd to me. But it's become like acceptable. And like some words have a totally different meaning than what they really mean. Because it's shown so much on social media that people are they're accepting it more and more. Or the way people talk to each other. I've noticed also with social media, like There's this guy that keeps popping up on my news feed on Facebook, and he's doing these shorts. Like, well, I guess it's actually TikTok, but it's on Facebook. Excuse me. And he's like, you know, certain memes will become popular, and then people start saying it out loud. Like back in when I was a kid, we drank from a garden hose, and we didn't come home. Our parents kicked us out during the day, and we weren't allowed to come home until the street lights went out. You know, that kind of thing. It's like, there's this guy who's on there who's repeating every one of these memes that you see, and people hit that shit like crazy. It's like, this dude is doing nothing original. He's just repeating all the memes that come along at night. Like, why do people want to see shit like that? There's no originality there. There's no creativity. It's like, hey, I'm just a reprint of all the bullshit you see on your newsfeed and Facebook. You know what I mean? No originality. That's one of the reasons damn, that just hit a bird. Oh, fuck. Anyway, so like, that's one of the reasons I can't stand TikTok. Hardly ever, the only person I know in trucking on TikTok who is original, still does original shit, puts out good stuff, and I only know this because I know him, and I will support him however the best way I can, is Mike Gasson, the Boston trucker. He's the only one who puts, now, there are a lot of people on there I know, so I'm not dogging everybody, but the ones I've seen, they suck. They do an unoriginal shit. They're copying everybody else, doing something. So a lot of them will even, man, I've lost so much respect for some guys, man. There have been guys out here that I've watched over the years and had respect for them, and then see them jump on the bandwagon of dancing like a fucking clown and lip-syncing to some stupid music on TikTok just because that's what they want. It's not about originality or creating a brand. You're just like all the other millions of fucking dumbasses on TikTok doing this stupid, unoriginal shit. Except for the Boston trucker. He's 100%. 100%. And, anyway, I'm just talking. I'm just yapping, man. I'm just going down the road. I'm heading home. And just thinking of shit that, you know, comes across my mind. Why not? Yeah, man, I don't know. There's one guy in particular I really used to think had a lot to offer. I found him to be really funny and really interesting and had some original content. Then just one day he's dancing like a dumbass and lip syncing all the time, and now all of a sudden he's got millions of views and whatever, and it's like, I don't know, that's just cross state line. Anyway, you know, and ever since then I'm just kind of like, you know, it's like when Metallica put out, you know, maybe I'm like when Metallica came out with the Black Album. Oh man, And Justice for All is the last Metallica album. You know, that kind of snobbish bullshit. I guess all the stuff like that. I really appreciate originality when it comes to watching this stuff. Stuff that I watch on YouTube, pay attention to on different social media platforms, which I'm only on Facebook and Instagram. And as far as Instagram, I don't even look through Instagram. The only thing I do on Instagram is I take pictures and then I'll go to Instagram and I might edit them a little bit, make them look a little fancy or try to make them prettier or whatever, and I post them up and then they bounce over to Facebook. So that's all I do on Instagram. I don't look at other people's stuff on there really, but I do spend a lot of time on Facebook, and because I've got a lot of interesting people that I'm friends with on there, and I like to read what they may post, or I like their photos or some of their memes and shit, some videos. Like I love Country Wayne. I love Gary Strait. One guy who's on Facebook and YouTube that I really like, that I've really gotten into, is Bad Chad. You ever heard of Bad Chad? He's not in the trucking world. He does body work. He builds hot rods, or he builds cars anyway. Does all kinds of cool shit. A lot of metal work, fabrication, welding, and I just find him fascinating. I watch him every freaking day on Facebook and YouTube. I just find that shit fascinating. And then like Gary Strait, just a truck driver. He's an author. His posts on Facebook, read like a short magazine article or a newspaper article, just about his day or his week. And then like shit like Country Wayne, this guy's just started making videos, joking, making funny videos like you'd see back in the 80s and 90s of like when you watch TV and watch the comedy shows, like reminds me a lot of Martin, to be honest. And like you watch a lot of these sitcoms back in the day, that's what this is like. And the dude's a fucking millionaire now off of it because he's freaking hilarious. And it's like shit I really enjoy with social media. Those are different folks out. And then I've made, I don't know if I can say friends, but I've made some kind of acquaintances on there. And people that I could see myself being friends with. Like the guys from, like a real popular YouTube channel called Trucking Together, Martin and Alice. I met Martin one time, and cool guy. I mean, and I've spoken with him and Alice through social media, through like Facebook, and got some really useful knowledge from both of them about different things out here on the road as an owner-operator. Martin, we met one time. We just happened to be loading at the same place out in, I think, Tooele, Utah. And he kind of got it stuck in my head to go ahead and run under my own authority instead of paying, instead of being leased on to somebody. Hey, that's another thing. Excuse me. It's another thing about those shorts. I had some cocksucker on there trying to dog me about being a lease operator, talking shit about my lease truck and whatever. I mean, the way he was putting things, it was like doing a lease purchase like you do through Prime or some shit like that. It's like, no, man, I got a loan through my bank to buy this truck, and I leased it on. It's like, this guy doesn't know the difference between a lease purchase and then a lease operator, lease owner operator. Those guys are relentless on talking shit. Fucking woo, bouncy road. Oh, fuck. God. Anyway. Yeah. It's a good social media. I think it's great for a lot of us out here today. Like our dads and shit didn't have that when they were young and trucking in the 70s, 60s, 80s, and all that. They didn't, So I feel like we kind of have something that really valuable to us, because for one, if you're like me and you're on your own, you're out on the road all the time by yourself, this is something that connects you to the world and to other people. And if you're kind of shy and not really sociable, like, I don't know, I think it's a good thing, but it's got bad things about it, just like anything else, I guess. I mean, I know it does. But I just try to have fun with it. I like it. I'm hoping it. Back a few years back, I met up with Trucker Steve. Anyway, the Trucker Steve, you know what I mean? Like, that's the guy who really got me into making videos about trucking and give me something to work at other than trucking while I'm out here and documenting all the shit that goes on. That's the guy who got me into it. I still admire him. Still think he's like a really cool guy and shit. I don't know where I was going with that, but I already lost my train of thought. And this road is pretty shaky. But what I was going with that was met up with him a few years back, and he did a little video on me. And after he did all the recording, we went out and did a drive, and he got all the shots and did a little interview and whatever. later that night, we just kind of hung out and we recorded something in my truck, and he talked for a good while. You know, he was saying something about how the internet, you know, all this shit will like go on forever. You know, you can look up whatever you want to look up, and you'll find it, and then it lives forever on the internet. Some people know that all too well, and not in a good way. But like, it's kind of what I think about when it comes to all this. The Facebook, the YouTube channel. I see it like it's history. I mean, it should be. I know a lot of people who do a lot of dumb shit that, you know, it's just good for the moment, for views and likes and whatever. There are people who make really good content that has value and is worth watching. Like someone 100 years from now could watch and still has value, and maybe even more value. And it may show things like they never knew about, or they didn't understand, or they maybe were wondering about, you know. And I hope I'm a part of that crowd that has created something over an extensive amount of time to show history. It's my personal history, but there are things in this, on this channel, that actually show American history, world history. And during that time, I made some of my viewers upset. I've had some viewers get really upset with me because I was describing it, because it was political. But everything was political. They changed everything. The world changed. And I recorded it on this channel. I wanted to show everything, that how this lifestyle, living this way, affected me. And I found it interesting that people were telling me to shut up about certain things. You know, you know, I've watched you for I've watched you for 10 years, and this and that, but I'm not watching it anymore because I said something about this or that, and how it was affecting me. And it was all during COVID and this and that, and how this is something that has changed. This is different, this is new, and this is why. It's just people's mindset was like, well, if you're not a part of the party, that's so 1984, man. But that's what I want to do with this channel. Record the reality and not just some goofy dancing and fucking lip syncing. Shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get home here in a little bit and post this video. And to me, it's like, I don't really like posting videos like this, because I like taking all kinds of shit, mashing it up together, and showing you something real quick on how things happen. Record some shit, cut out all the boring bullshit, and then just tell you about it, showing you these small clips, and then throwing in dumb shit like a fucking puppet or some little cars, you know. I like to educate, and hey, but the reason I use those little cars and shit is because people learn like children. You think when you see, it's like years ago I was reading about Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud and different things, and I used to go to this, I lived in Dallas, Texas, and I would go to half-price books and buy books all the fucking time. Well, I found these certain books that were like comic books, but they actually taught you really important shit, or you know, or about certain subjects, and I found it easier for me to retain and understand because of the pictures. Because it had pictures in it, just the way it, I mean, I think it's like learning as simply like a child learns. So I think like learning a different language would be like that too, you know, if you learn to speak just like a child speaks, whatever. So I thought, you know, if I'm going to try and teach the public, the general public, about things that they need to know, that truck drivers experience on the road with how they drive. I was like, well, I'll do it using these little cars, because when you just get on here like I am now and just gripe about it and say you shouldn't, people don't pay attention. But if I show little cars and make it silly and do it, people will laugh at it, and they should get an understanding of it. You know what I mean? It's the sense of humor. You gotta have a sense of humor. You gotta laugh at the shit. And some people don't like my sense of humor. I understand. They don't like my language. I use a lot of colorful language, and I get it. It makes me evil. It makes me a bad person, but it's okay. I'm not meant to, you know, be for those people. I'm not meant to reach out to those people. I'm meant to reach out to you. And, excuse me. That's all I want to do. So, the big audience just doesn't matter. The big bunch of likes and they matter a little bit, but you folks right there that have been watching and you get something out of this, I love you. I appreciate the hell out of you. And look, I'm coming home. My wife's got my pickup in my parking spot. What the hell? You got the truck in my spot. Anyway, so I've got some work to do while I'm home. I think I'm gonna head out sometime tomorrow. I've only got a little less than 800 miles to get to North Platte. So I got some work to do today. I'm gonna hang out with my wife and my sons. And probably my dad.
Later.
Okay, we're parked, man. But anyway, if you got through this whole video, God bless you. See you later.